So with the price segment update, it makes sense to focus on the changes in price for each of the three segments for Routt County. On the low end, the median price was up 7% to $482,000. The middle of the market saw the least amount of increase to $1.11 million. That's an increase of less than 1%. The high end was the quote-unquote winner with 11% increase at just over $2.78 million. And you have to think there too that this price segment has no ceiling, so there's relatively few properties that would hit that 8-figure mark. Going back to the first segment, a side note, why don't I have a floor on this low end of the market? I stop at $250,000. Why not go from zero? Mostly because anything below that price point are fractional shares and manufactured homes, which don't really fit the overall market. And even on the latter, those are creeping up in price as well. Now, as far as sales are concerned, in July they cratered compared to last year. Only 399 sales, which is a 42% drop off. And you see that there were 32% fewer new listings in July. There's a strong correlation right there. It's not perfect, but how's this for a coincidence? The number of new listings matched the number of sales at 399. Supply and demand, best two indicators for that are days on market and month supply. Days on market can't go down much further on the low end. It went from 7 to 6. More importantly, there's less than a month of inventory, which is 25% off of last year. Price reductions, 36 over last year's 16, but relative price reductions, the reductions per active listing, that was a huge change. There were 0.26 price reductions last year per active listing. Now there's 1.06. And the speed at which they're being reduced, 2.3 price reductions per day on the market last July. This year, 6 price reductions per day on market. The market has shifted. Has this continued through the middle of the market? Yes, but not to the same extent. Sales were off only 6.5% to 406. And that similarly correlates to new listings, which dropped 10% to 425. The demand is still high in the $750,000 to $2 million range. Days on market were cut in half to just a week. The month supply decreased by almost the same amount as the lower market by 24%, so just over 1.5 months of inventory. The total number of price reductions shot up to 41 compared to the 18 last July, but relative price reductions, 0.25 price reductions per active listing last year, 0.77 per active listing in July, and 1.3 price reductions per day on market last year compared to 5.85 in July. This shows once again sellers are much quicker to adjust to the market. Sellers in the past, they've been more stubborn and held on to the original list price for way too long. With less inventory on the market, they know they still have to compete. Well, this now brings us to the luxury market where there was only one fewer sale from the same time last year, and new listings bounced by 15% to 189. Does having more new listings indicate the luxury market slowing down? Well, if so, then the days on market would also have to go up, yet they went down dramatically, 78% from 58 to 13. High-end listings tend to take much longer than the overall market. For example, 2 years ago, the days on market was 92. Certainly doesn't appear to be a slowdown. And the month's amount of inventory bears this out. Going from 6.9 months to 4.5 months represents a 35% decrease. And looking again at 2 years ago, it was 22 months. Yeah. Price reductions is more than doubled than the same time of price reductions per active listing. Here's something even more telling. The speed at which price reductions occurred increased by an order of magnitude. There were 0.2 reductions per days on market last year. This year, 2 reductions for every day on the market. Conclusion, right now, there do not seem to be signs of a storm brewing in the real estate market. There still might be a little drizzle here and there, but they appear to be localized and they're not long lasting. Are there clouds on the horizon? Sure, but they are still pretty far off, and just like with a real weather forecast, we're dealing in probabilities. We can't make a long-term forecast just yet, and now more and more people are watching the sky. Give me a call or text if you want to talk more. 970-846-0797. Email me at johnjames@jamesteamsteamboat.com or leave a comment in the video. I'm moving on to the types of properties next, so until then, take care.